Yeah. Yo, man. Look, I thought I should just talk about this, right? So I was doing some thinking last night, and an instrument came to mind, right? So I was like, yo, man, what's a ukulele, man? And I was like, what's a ukulele? So I thought like a ukulele was like, this instrument, where the grand timers, in America, the jazz dudes, they used to put like on their mouth, and it made like those sounds. So I thought that was a ukulele. So I looked it up, and only to find that a ukulele, bro, is a like some weird looking guitar, bro. I kid you not, bro, like a guitar, bro, right? So that instrument that I thought about, it's a harmonica, right? And then it got me thinking, and then I was like, bro, you know, as like the black community, but in the South African context, right? Never mind the guys that are living in the cities, and more urban townships, right? Like I'm not talking about those people, but I'm just speaking like on the general spectrum, like in South Africa, bro. Like generally, the instruments that we play generally, or like how you get exposed to an instrument as a black child, if you don't go to school where you get to learn these, or whatever else. It's like the only instruments that we're exposed to, bro, is the keyboard, the bass guitar, the drums, right? All the instruments that you find at church, right? And I think like growing up generally, like the guys, if you knew a person that's playing an instrument, bro, they generally like playing what's this? The keyboard, right? Not even the piano, the keyboard, right? So like, do we even know names of these other instruments, right? I was in it with another dude the other day. We were talking about the orchestra, right? And it's so funny how even in the music, the good music that we're listening to, or the good music that's out there, like most of the good music that's out there, even like back in the Kwaito days or whatever the case is, what made the music good was the music made from instrumentations that with orchestra instruments in them. But like even if you've got like a 21 piece orchestra there, like orchestra set there, like what are the instruments on there, right? So and it also got me thinking. I remember when I used to watch, when I was an avid watcher of SABC News channel on the multi-choice platform. There was an insert before one of the other programs on the channel where they showed this kid, right? So this kid, bro, like back home, I think it's in a rural setup, if not in the township, bro. He had made like a drum set, bro, like out of paint cans and whatever cans that he could find, bro. And bro, this drum set was cool, bro. It even had like a bass drum set, with a foot pad, and bro, like it really looked neat, right? And what happened was, I think they like profiled this kid, and they, an interview of sorts was conducted with him and his parents, whatever the case was. And they got him to meet like his favorite drummer, to that effect, like some drummer dude who played for I think Joy Celebration at the time. And so I don't really know what happened after that. And I'm like, bro, I really wish like kids like that could be absorbed, right? And then like their full potential be explored and be honed to a point where they're catapulted to I don't know, international acclaim or status or status, but in a sense that seems to how do you say, amplify the kids' talent. You know what I mean? I'm not saying exposing them to harsh realities and these things in the entertainment industry, but in the actual sense where like he can apply himself meaningfully, in the space where he can provide in, with his talent in that way, right? And I was like, yo, man, that's really something. And if if there's also one thing, the other thing I saw the other day, in the same respect, I saw like a rock band in Soweto. I think this was a black rock band, and they I don't know, like I think it's one of the first in South Africa where you have a band playing rock in township, whatever the case is. I don't really know if it was like in the auspice of doing something like that for Youth Day or whatever the case is. But what I mean is, in order for us to have innovative things like that, or innovative innovations like that, bro, our kids will have to be, how do you say, be influenced like that, when they're growing up. But if you're only exposed to the bass guitar, the organ, the keyboard, and the drums only, like, how do you cultivate a mind, that seeks to see, or that knows that, like there's like, you can think out of the box, bro. There's a lot of other things in the world, that you can do and explore. It does not just end like with the things that that are in front of you that you're seeing. You know what I mean? So, and I was like, if we have a people that are able to even come up and come together and form a rock band, but in the African sense. I mean, and that kid that I'm talking about with the drums as well, I don't even know where he ended up. I know this is a school where these kids are dancing and this and that. I mean, that's all cool, whatever the case is, but what I do mean is exposing our kids to, different things that, see them, exploring more with their knowledge, abilities, and know-how. You know what I mean? Instead of this current wave, of interest that, I don't know, bro, that seeks to see our youth, being ignorant and not knowing things that are really important. You know what I mean? So yeah, the ukulele and the harmonica. How about that?